Boo! It's time for some scary stories. This story is as true as the night is dark. Once developers came together and discussed different ideas for a new upcoming event they could give to players for the next big holiday. They discussed long and hard until they finally agreed on few basic rules. Since players enjoyed a lot of boring repetitive tasks in the game, first rule was that in this event they will be forced to do even more repetitive tasks. While second rule was that the reward for doing these tasks will be the same boring items plus some new flashy items, like always. And finally, the third rule was that there will be an event themed currency that will be hard to obtain and will be required to buy any of the rewards, unless of course you spend some real money. Now there was also a last minute fourth rule which states that currency needed for these rewards could be only acquired during certain random limited time intervals, aka alerts. This idea sounds like a true horror story to me. Honestly, I couldn't come up with something as mentally handicapped as this even if I would constantly bash my head against the wall for a solid week. I would probably die before that happened. In comparison to this, the snowman genocide in the winter was like a walk in a park. Halloween currency and more items sure sounds nice, but all the nice thoughts get decapitated as soon as pumpkin alert appears. Frankly, the only person that could come up with something like this is probably missing few chromosomes. Let's just take a moment to consider an average player's efforts to get any reward. He or she usually is playing on the prime time, and in one day there could be 3 to 6 alerts and maybe 2 of them pumpkin ones. Then only one will happen in prime time, which means that most likely this player won't find any pumpkins. Even if he or she will find one, there will be probably some greedy battle rank 100 guy that will take it before the player. So does this sound like a fun event? I bet that you would have better luck getting your front door kicked in by a SWAT team that would be glad to wail at your every ride than actually enjoying this so-called hunt. Overall, this event is a huge cocktease to an average player, since he or she most likely will get only the cheapest items anyhow. Yet, I guess it's better than nothing. But is it really? I mean, would you say the same thing about railroad spike up your ass? If you ask me, they should have done the same thing what they did with the snowman genocide. Only across the whole continents and in larger quantities, as well as let the pumpkin spawn on client side instead of server. So even if the player gets there last, he would be still able to claim the damn thing.